Okay, I found this and I was intrigued by the thumbnail.
Wow.
Wait, these are fish?
Hey, my bowl. Wait, what the f are you
In
doing?
an egg?
And why is this on YouTube? Today we're going to talk about a topic which made me so angry that I'm not even gonna do an
It's
intro.
quiet.
Instead, I'll have my cat P2 do it.
Oh, I want a
Alright, now that
cat.
I've used the vulnerable cuteness of my pet cat
I'm thinking of getting a cat, but I don't know how much work it's gonna be to take care of it.
to attract all of you guys' attention, there has always been something so sinister and inhumane about people nefariously using animals for personal gain, which we as a human species are seemingly best at. Don't believe me? Just watch this 3-minute video which has earned an estimate of $800,000. And it's a video where some douchebag just puts like these innocent pet animals in a small plastic egg I couldn't even fit my hand in.
It's gross. Okay, one of the fish is dead?
Now, imagine 5 ducklings being pressed together in just one of those eggs. Well, you don't have to, because he does that right here. He has like an entire SeaWorld aquarium worth of fish smushed together in these eggs, but then drops them into a pool that is somehow even more shallow to swim in than the claustrophobic prison eggs he was first keeping them in. Please help me.
Yo.
It's dry.
Yo, the fish isn't completely covered in water. Okay, the eel is gross. Isn't it gonna... What do eels even eat?
Driving me insane. This goldfish is barely able to submerge in the pool. You can clearly see it struggling to move and breathe. What? Didn't want to invest the extra dollar to use one more bucket of water to at least prevent these fish from experiencing suffocation? Oh wait, no. They were already suffocating in the eggs you didn't even bother drilling an air hole in. Because unbeknownst to some, just like me after an entire day of filling my room with carbon dioxide while being chronically online, fish also need fresh air so that they can extract oxygen out of the water they swim in. And if that's not bad enough, he just dumps these 5 ducklings in between all of the barely submerged sea creatures, so they obviously try to eat the fish, as well as poop everywhere, and there's not nearly enough space in this water for these fish to prevent duck shit being smeared all over them. A viewer actually sent me this video a while ago, and the first time I watched it, I remember it had been a long time since I felt both as physically angry and repulsed watching a video on YouTube. Not just because of what was going on in the video itself, although that's already bad enough. What really tipped me over the edge was seeing that this got 172 million views and was uploaded to YouTube Kids, which is supposed to be a highly regulated version of YouTube with...
I mean, all I'll say on this is that not every country is there in terms of animal care. Like, a lot of the animal abuse stuff that I see comes from China, but also, like, when I travel, like, the people, you know, taking pictures with a monkey, and all the tourists can take the picture of the monkey. I mean, okay, maybe the monkey is treated well by his, like, owner, but there was also, sometimes on the beach, they have these dolphins really close to the shore, and they have these nets all over, but the area isn't big. Like, dolphins are supposed to be able to swim all across the sea, like across miles of water, and they're just trapped there. And I think one of my family member, or one of the person that we made friends with there, was like trying to explain to one of the guys that was doing it how wrong it was, and she said he could tell that he felt bad about it, but at the same time, that guy's also trying to feed his family. It's hard. Hey Chad, I need help. I'm ordering and eating Pizza Hut tonight for the first time. I don't know what they have over there that's good. The cheese crust pizza is good.
Strong enforcement when it comes to content safety. I doubt that a close to 200 million viewed video with 455,000 dislikes.
Yo, there's so much dislikes. I mean, apparently these plugins are not very accurate, but still, that's a lot.
never been reported before. In fact, I've reported the video on 5 separate accounts over the past month, yet it's still on YouTube.
Doesn't matter.
Because nothing has happened.
Why?
Huh? But so knowing that the person behind this channel
Yeah,
had
but Taiga's channel is gone, so that's dumb.
generated the equivalent of a 1-bedroom apartment in the middle of Manhattan in ad revenue just from a 3-minute video of him suffocating some fish and ham-fisting 5 ducklings into plastic Kinder Egg and got away with it on a more strict and regulated version of YouTube, I had a hunch that this was just the tip of an iceberg of animal abuse I didn't want to investigate, but had to since I have too much self-respect to see an animal be abused and look the other way. And after a month of research, I'm glad I didn't look the other way, because I was right. That video was just the tip of the iceberg. The social media animal abuse iceberg.
The animal videos rescue. Yo, I've clicked on so many of these thumbnails. Like, the thumbnail is so clickbait. It's like, cat is rescued, homeless cat rescued, tons of fleas everywhere. And you're just like, it's horrifying, so you want to click on it. At least they fixed those animals up, man.
Yep. Social media animal
drowning?
abuse has gotten so bad that I've had to make an iceberg on it. If that surprises you,
Okay.
it also surprised me, yet here we are. Now, even though I think all forms of animal abuse are bad, I had to create this iceberg because there is a clear distinction in between every level, and the deeper we go...
Oh, I get it. The sound effect is them censoring the word abuse.
Either the more extreme,
Because YouTube hates that word. We can't talk about anything on YouTube.
secretive, or inhumane the abuse gets. And the more I hope the channels I talk about get permanently banned. If you have a keen eye, you might
Wait, there's shorts of animals being hit by no, stop.
have
Stop.
noticed that I also colored the iceberg red. This was done for 2 reasons. Because screw you, global warming. Stop turning my iceberg into lava. And because red is the color of anger, the predominant emotion I felt throughout making this entire video. Anyways, let's start with the iceberg. Your iceberg from their innocence after watching this entire video. Level 1 of the iceberg
get
is
it.
probably known to some of you because it's pretty popular these
Hello.
days and has been plaguing the surface of social media for years. And that is unusual, exotic and wild animal clout influencers. These are creators who use undomesticated, exotic or wild animals for views
Okay,
and in
but the monkey's so cute though. Wait, is this? Oh, that's somebody else writing cruelty on it.
process will often abuse them.
But Freddy really doesn't
Really?
want me to hold him. He really doesn't like the grass either. I think it might be a little bit too cold for him. This is why we wanted to wear your coat. Hey, just relax.
Because, well, how do you capitalize on your average cat and dog if there are already more silly cat and dog videos on the internet than there are atoms in the
True.
observable universe? The answer is you don't. Instead, you buy a wild or exotic animal like a capybara, illegally ship them across the border, and then force them into princess clothing.
Wait, this guy has a. Isn't it the same influencer that had a monkey? Does he just have a bunch of animals? Get a fucking monkey like Pecora's fucking monkey. Isn't it illegal? I thought it was illegal. But what about having a monkey, but what if you have like a big plot of land and he just gets to stay outside? Is that better?
Put a ring on that thing and treat them
Put
so
a
well
ring
that
on that thing? What the
every
fuck?
time they do appear in one of your TikToks, they tend to uncomfortably pin themselves against the wall as far away from you as possible. And then, you'll earn hundreds of
I wouldn't pet that thing. I feel like it would bite me. I'd be scared of bringing a monkey in my house. I feel like it would... Monkeys are really jealous creatures. I feel like it would attack my dogs. I wouldn't want them anywhere near my pets. I'd be scared because, okay, maybe they behave in front of you, but what when you're gone or something? They're way more intelligent than dogs. Nah. I wouldn't risk it.
thousands to millions of dollars in views. And related to this extremely specific example, this is Kyle Thomas, one of the most followed and richest influencers in the UK.
What?
And he got to that point through the constant uploading of wild and exotic animal TikToks.
Wait. Why does he have so many? What does he do with those animals after a while?
Right here we have my pet Brazilian striped knee
Ugh.
tarantula. Right here we have my
Yuck.
pet tree frog. His name
Disgusting.
is Pog. This
No.
is one of my 2 pet sugar gliders. My 2
Okay, that's cute. The sugar glider. Wait, isn't that what Pecora has? Doesn't she have a sugar glider? They are feeding the baby monkey cake? Why? Monkeys are terrible pets. Sloths are way better. I don't think a sloth's a pet, but you know, if you have like a private forest, sure, it can hang out there probably. I don't know if it'd hang out in my house though. It's probably stinky.
Monkeys mini zoo. Make sure to like for a part 2.
Which, as expected,
Oh.
earned him a ton of money, as well as a ton of controversy. From mistreating them for views.
Psych, just kidding. My new catchphrase is,
Ugh.
I don't give a fuck!
Despite appearances, tarantulas are actually very fragile, and they fall from just a few inches.
Why did a tarantula jump? Here in Brazil, a family lives with 10 tigers. What if one day the tiger just flips? It's like my dad was telling me that one of his friend, he it's more like he was talking about rural countries and stuff, and he had a chicken coop, and he brought this dog. The dog was supposed to guard the chicken coop, but one day his friend goes on a walk. He comes back. The dog killed every single chicken in that coop. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, animals are unpredictable sometimes. He had been raised to defend them, and one day he just had enough. What kind of dog was it? I think it was a German Shepherd.
Could injure a tarantula's sensitive abdomen.
No, wait. I think I asked that question and they didn't know exactly. It was like a mixed stray dog.
Even prove fatal, even when falling on top of a soft surface. To purchasing land to build an exotic sanctuary / zoo.
I'm building my very own zoo, and I've just bought the land to put it
Huh?
on.
Just to end up selling the area again and then stuffing all of the animals he was gonna put there in his backyard shed. The controversy which infuriated me the most was with his capybara that I mentioned earlier, which he
Yo.
and his mom
Honestly, I think spiders are disgusting. I know some people think it's cool. I don't even feel pity for it for jumping. I'm like, ew, it's just gross. Ugh. I hate bugs. I hate bugs so much.
did illegally smuggle across the border from England to Northern Ireland and just made
Oh.
millions and millions of TikTok views out of. Because it's just so cute and definitely doesn't look extremely distressed in every single one of his TikToks. But you know what they say, what doesn't kill you might make you TikTok famous. Except in this case, the capybara fucking died 2
No.
weeks later. Yeah, which is heartbreaking because that's what happens when you buy a wild animal without being able to take proper care of them. But
What?
since it can make you social media rich, there are many creators like Kyle Thomas. Another example is
I gotta take a moment to process this. I want to look into that influencer that he was talking about, like his controversies and stuff. Like, yo, that shit is crazy. I feel like I want to do a deep dive on it now. You should visit Michi then. Why, does she have a lot of spiders? Look up Siegfried and Roy. These guys ran a show with tigers for 40 years, but in the end a tiger killed one of them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wild animals can't be pets. Like, you can't tame nature. It's like, okay, I think wolves are so cool. And you know, there's this trope where people would love to have a wolf pet. Bro, you cannot have a wolf pet. Trust me, I would love to have a wolf. I think it's so cool. But that's just not how it is. It's just that you just can't, man. There's dogs that look like wolves, and there's dogs that are like wolf mix. Just get that. Don't go for the real thing, okay? They're not pets. I looked at some oh my god, my stomach. I looked into why some animals were more domesticated than others, like cats, dogs, horses. These are the big three, I'd say. And now that he's going to talk about zebras, I also looked at why zebras weren't domesticated, because donkeys and horses have both been used by humans for centuries. And the researchers in that paper, they said that there's a few elements that make it so an animal is like, it becomes a domestic animal, but most of it, the number one thing is its temperament. and they're like, oh yeah, oxens too, you're right. Basically, yes, exactly. TLDR, zebras are assholes. That's why they've never been domesticated. They just don't have the temperament for it. They're completely wild. They'll bite you, they'll kick you, they'll do everything. Meanwhile, you know, donkeys are so calm. My dad used to always tell me, if you like attach a donkey somewhere and you leave him, he's not even attach him. If you just leave a donkey somewhere, he's not even gonna move. And they're built so sturdy. And horses, what I learned, horseback riding, for some reason, like horses, if you focus them, if you control them well with your body, you don't even need to make a sound, by the way. You just control them with your body, with like the right pressure here and there. They will do things they would never do on their own. Like, they will jump over shit they would never jump on. They will go the extra mile for you if you tell them to do it. It's insane. And the bond between dogs, cats, and humans is also, I think it's very interesting. They're like, we're like made to be together.
Cami Grant, because she got caught using her TikTok exotic animal petting zoo as a front to advertise her breeding and selling.
Were these fennec foxes? Fennec foxes are so cute. I always thought my doggy looks like a fennec fox. Should we take your white highlights as zebra Jason and I'll try to domesticate you? Yeah. Donkeys are used by some farmers to fight wolves. Is this true? Cats have bonds. I've seen some cats like reassure their owners when they're sad. Some cats act way more cuddly than others. Some other cats are more wild. Some cats like act like dogs. There's a lot of different cat personalities. If you like this topic, I recommend you look up Rusha's fox domestication experiment. Fascinating stuff. Oh, is it gonna make me sad?
Of exotic animals. Because for every TikToker buying wild
Fennec
animals
fox.
for views, there are hundreds of viewers who watch those TikToks and think to themselves, "Aww, that's so cute."
Oh my god, that's me. Am I guilty of participating? I'm like, oh, it's so cute. It's intriguing because you never see these animals usually. Dogs were the first animal we ever domesticated at least 30,000 years ago. Isn't that insane though, to think that? Like, that's just insane. Dogs are so cool, man. I love dogs.
Can I have a wild, untamed feral fennec fox, please? To then buy one and get completely ripped to shreds, because in reality they don't like being pet, cuddled, or handled by
You will lose your hand.
their owners. And Cami tries to hide behind the excuse of trying to educate her viewers on how the animals she shows in her TikToks are wild and aggressive and shouldn't just be bought, while simultaneously showing the cutest footage she has of that animal and selling them on her website.
What?
Let's talk about everyone's favorite animal, the fennec fox. Fennec fox.
Wait, so this is her house? So where does she raise all of these animals? Nani?
Get around 2 to 3 pounds. They do not get big at all. Wise, these guys are very destructive. They will rip holes in your couches, they rip blankets, they love ripping up their toys, they will definitely dig holes in your wall. They are very, very hyper. They keep going and keep going. They always run around. I barely see them sleep. If they do sleep, they only sleep for about 10 minutes and they go back to being hyper. Also, do not recommend these guys as pets.
This little guy's name is Vtuber, also known as the average house cat. Don't let this lazy sack of cute potatoes fool you though. At just a touch, he'll bite your arm off, light it on fire with its laser eyes, and do a ritualistic dance around its charred remains to offer your soul to Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos. Who's a little murderous maniac? You are. If you want to buy one, you can do so on my website. Don't do it though. Don't you do it. Also, please don't buy any of our zebras, camels, kangaroos or wallabies, reindeer, sugar glide.
She sells camels? Is it shipped? Like, what? How does that even work, man?
Hedgehogs, fennec foxes, horses or donkeys, or sulcata tortoises. 3 of these types of animals are either vulnerable, endangered, or close to extinction, by the way. But hey, after being exposed for using her exotic petting zoo as a front to breed and sell exotic animals, you can't buy anything on it anymore. Unless if you just use their contact us button, then you can just be a moron who can't even spell the names of the animals correctly, but they'll still offer to sell you some anyway. So she's still breeding and selling wild animals, just with one extra step of having to press this chat button. And she's also planning to use her animals as an attraction for her new Airbnb.
So a lot of you guys have been asking about our overnight safari experience where you guys get to...
I would never let strangers near my animals. She's gonna put it in an Airbnb. I hope there's a person present at all time. People do stupid stuff to animals. They feed them shit.
Stay the night with all of my animals. We will actually be opening up next spring in 2024. So here are the cages.
Okay, keep in mind, chat, that we're still at the tip of the iceberg. I mean, this is gonna get worse. Oh man.
We will be having all different types of exotic animals. So this big cage will actually be the monkey and lemur cage, and you guys will get to see this right through your very own window in one of the rooms that you guys
Why
stay.
not make it outside?
So you guys will get to see the lemurs run, jump, and play constantly.
Those endangered ringtail lemurs are going to love families with kids screaming at them.
Honestly, you should unleash the lemurs on the kids. Now that's something I would pay to be in an Airbnb. I hate kids. My cat acts like a guard dog whenever there's a stranger animal on our land. My cat is up in their face and doesn't let go of them. Oh my god, your cat is so cool. I'd want a cat like that. Man, my dog, my dog is supposed to like find rodents and stuff, but once I was in a place and there was a mouse and I told my dog to attack it, and he just peed himself in fear and then went right next to the front door and started shaking near it. Like, my dog is actually useless. Where can I get a pet? Rima? She's cute. No, I'm a wild animal. It's a small dog.
1,000. Papa! I made the monkey freak out. Well, not now, Timmy. Daddy's busy with emptying your college savings account. Yeah, college. Because you had to break that Airbnb glass, and now our cleaning bill will force us to get a third mortgage on the house. Thanks, Timmy. No college? But I'm 18. Now it's gonna go next year. Yeah, I know. 302,000. So yeah, this entire TikTok trend is just popularizing owning wild and exotic animals as pets, which is boosting the demand of illegal wild and exotic animal trade. And I'm not saying that this is...
I did find a TikTok family that owns a really big ranch, and I've only experienced the ranch that I go to for horseback riding, and their ranch is really fucking nice. My ranch is scuffed as fuck and dog shit. There's mud everywhere, and there's it's not that big. I mean, there's a lot of pasture, but there's no grass left anywhere because the horse ate everything. But their ranch was clean. Inside it was all clean. It was all rocks and cement. And then outside they had they have thousands of miles of pasture. It's crazy. And they have a lot of sheeps and cows. They had farm animals, sheep, cows. They had a donkey, and they had a lot of horses. It was kind of cool. No naked cowboys, unfortunately. It was missing that. Our ranches in the Northeast are small but highly mechanized and specialized. That's kind of my dream, to get a ranch like that one day. I'd want it to be clean though, the ones, not the one I go to. There's too much mud there and a lot of insects because of the mud. There's flies everywhere. If I'd go right now at this time of the year, the place where I have to go get my horse, there's flies buzzing everywhere, small flies. It's actually crazy when there's a lot of heat. Yes, I know you're a male version of Melody. Thank you, Jackie Forrest. Yeah, please leave some grass for the other horses. That's why people... Do you guys know why shepherds, in those foreign countries, you always see them, herding their goats herds and stuff in the streets? It's because they're bringing them to a place where they can eat grass. Because if you leave the goats in your enclave, you'll never recuperate that grass. It's gonna take so long to grow back up, so you're always gonna need to bring them new food for them to eat, and it's gonna be super expensive. But if you're a noob shepherd, You gotta know where to bring them. If you're a noob shepherd, you're gonna bring them into places and they're gonna start like trying to eat like others people apples and their trees, or they're gonna destroy people's garden. You gotta know where to bring them. I didn't know, bro. How did I not know this? Listen, I grew up in the city, man. I didn't know about this.
Is directly to
Yes, wait, how do you guys know this? I thought I was teaching you something new.
Fault. I mean, that would be insane. Because Cammy herself breeds and sells these animals for profit. But yeah, they're clearly glorifying owning wild animals more so for views and personal gain than they do so to educate their audience. There are many more of these influencers. A friend of mine, Shira on the Wall, actually made a very in-depth video about these exotic animal TikTokers and in much more detail. I highly recommend checking it out after first finishing my video. I'll leave a link in the description because I want to talk about the next level of the iceberg in much more detail, since those haven't been addressed by other creators. Like from level 2 and onwards, the creators behind each channel are irredeemable pieces of shit. Should have their channels instantly banned, all of their possessions taken away, and put on an animal abuse registry. After hearing all that, you're probably not surprised to hear that level 2 is called short animal kids content.
No, not
which,
that shit.
Definitely isn't foreshadowing a deeper level called long animals kids content. Now, with short animals kids content, I'm not referring to those cute pet compilation videos.
Yeah, that
Many
is
of those
cute.
are actually wholesome, so those are fine. No, what I'm referring to are channels, like, remember those Squid Game hamster channels from a few years ago?
Player 101 eliminated.
Which got exposed for their extremely abusive behavior, forcing hamsters through dangerous obstacle courses even though they were clearly distressed.
Which this hamster was falling is pretty high for a hamster. It was it looked like a foot to 2 feet.
Well, is there like a mattress underneath, and the way the camera's angle, it looks higher than it actually is, or was it actually that high?
Which for a tiny
It
little
could be
hamster
fake.
is a
They're dumb. Like, all of these channels, they're dumb for doing it out. Like, just put a fucking green screen and fake everything. It's cinema. Why are people putting humans and animals through torture for a video? Just do like Hollywood and fake everything. The fuck?
large drop.
And after outrage and thousands of reports, YouTube did nothing. They did absolutely nothing.
Cool,
in fact,
YouTube.
would you be shocked if I told you that this has gotten worse? Like at least 100 times worse. Like now we kill our animals and feed them poison on camera while advertising all of this to kids. Worse? But yes? Well, don't be. Because that's exactly what Animal HT does. You might recognize the channel from the content that I showed at the start of this video, and even though that was already quite extreme, that was actually one of their less abusive pieces of content, because Animal HT commits a wide variety of animal cruelty on both YouTube Kids and regular YouTube. For example, you know, those egg opening videos, which they have many of.
I hate crap.
If they're not opening plastic eggs with animals trapped inside, they often make their baby monkey open chocolate Kinder eggs, which they then feed to their baby monkey, their duckling, and their puppy.
Like actual...
They're
Wait, what are they feeding? The chocolate?
feeding chocolate to their baby.
Well, you're not supposed to feed chocolate on dogs. My dog once took like... I had a chocolate chip cookie. I left it on my coffee table. And I don't know how... My dog is actually a cunning little shit. Like, he pretends he's stupid, but he's not. But there was a piece of paper underneath, and he pulled the piece of paper until the chocolate cookie on top of it fell to the floor, and he ate that. And I found him after he had finished eating the cookie, and I freaked out. And I brought him to the emergency, but he was totally fine. There wasn't enough chocolate to actually toxify him. I called my dad. I was like, Dad, my dog needs some chocolate. Is he gonna die? My dad is like, he's gonna be fine. I should have just listened to my dad and saved like a $90 veterinarian visit.
Baby monkey, duckling, and
Yeah, milk chocolate isn't that bad. This seems like a lot though.
Now, I probably don't have
Hi,
to
Jessica.
explain just how lethal the theobromine and caffeine that's in chocolate is for dogs. But what you might not know is that that's also lethal for most other animals,
Really?
including ducklings and baby monkeys. Yet, you still have people defending them in the comments. How is this dog actually eating chocolate? Dogs are not allowed to eat chocolate. They might die. You must be careful. And someone responded with, it could be a different breed. Oh, it could just be a different breed. Yeah, of course it must be one of those chocolate immune dogs that they invented yesterday. And not only do they feed all of these animals literal poison on a weekly basis, but they also feed them sodas such as Coca-Cola, which I couldn't even get an official result using Google, probably because no one alive
No one's
is
ever tried
stupid enough
that
to even contemplate giving their baby monkey a highly caffeinated sugared soda. Except for the creators behind this content, of course. As a last resort, I had to ask ChatGPT, which said the following. Coca-Cola contains ingredients that can be harmful to their health, including caffeine. This can cause restlessness.
You're just not supposed to give processed food or foods that are really oily or really buttery or really, you know, anything that you've applied to the food that made it change is probably not good for animals. Like, they just think of what they would eat in nature. That's probably what their dietary routine should be.
Increased heart rate and other health issues in baby monkeys. Sugar. High sugar content can lead to dental problems, obesity, and diabetes. Acidic nature. The acidity of Coca-Cola can damage their stomach lining and overall digestive health. Baby monkeys require a diet appropriate for their species, which typically includes mother's milk or formulated milk. And as they grow, they can start to eat a variety of fruits, vegetables, and other foods suitable for their species. And I doubt that the other suitable foods include candy, ice cream, popcorn, and hey, we might not be allowed to give them Coca-Cola, chocolate, or candy. So how about we do all three in the same video? This amount of sugar almost guarantees that this baby monkey already has or
okay, it's not even good feeding that kind of food to a human. Imagine a monkey
will get diabetes. And it's not just the either unhealthy or poisonous food they're constantly feeding these animals in their videos to attract more kids. It's also just what they're forcing these animals to do, such as them surrounding their ducklings with crabs, then force their baby monkey Bonbon to rescue the duckling, and I'm pretty sure they just straight up killed all of the crabs. And by rescuing, I mean have their monkey Bonbon grab the duckling by its beak and then run away from a giant, badly CGI'd crab carrying the duckling by its neck. Or this one to fake this little duckling being born out of an egg. Of course, they didn't want to go through the actual effort or time of filming a duckling being born, because then they'd miss out on an opportunity to commit animal abuse, which is clearly their passion in life. So what they did was, well, they grabbed some eggshell and they rammed this duckling's beak through it. And there are so many more scenes like this that I just don't want to expose you guys to. Except for one, which still haunts me. And the only reason I'm showing you this is to show you just how horribly inhumane and evil this channel gets. Which is this scene where they have their monkey Bonbon lay in bed and it's sleeping, and on the surface it's so cute. Until you see just how unresponsive Bonbon is. They grab its head. Bonbon doesn't respond in the slightest. And eventually you see them do a close-up of Bonbon's eyes drifting hazily away, and suddenly you realize, oh my god, they completely drugged this monkey just for this one scene. Which is just, I'm sorry. YouTube, I'm sorry. I know that they've made you tons of money with their estimated revenue of $13 to $36 million. So I know that you don't want to press the ban button, but when a creator poisons, abuses, and drugs animals in front of kids, I don't think that there is a single excuse you can hide
that eye shot just said everything. What the fuck?
Behind for not banning them. But if you do end up...
The only time my dog ever took meds was for his operation. And he was so sleepy, like he was so out of it. I called the vet the next day and I was like, I've never seen my dog like this. Is this normal? And they were like, oh, come back to the vet. We're gonna reduce his dose. It broke my heart to see him like that. Like, I know he was like recuperating from an operation, but no, it breaks my heart to see animals like being sleepy and like sedated. I hate that. Animals do not let you handle them like that. Yeah.
banning
Jeez.
them. Don't forget about the 19 other channels that are doing the exact same thing, but
Really?
on level 3. Long animal kids
No.
content, parentheses movies.
There's
Did you
more?
know what's worse than 3-minute, 20-second videos of unadulterated animal abuse? A total of over 10 hours of it every single day over the span of 19 different channels owned by 2 different networks, who are abusing at least 2 baby monkeys.
Rima, I bought you some hay and brush for your mane. Also had a hamster. She was an escape artist. She kept getting out of her cage. My dog's an escape artist. He keeps running away when I bring him to my family's house. He like crawls under fences and shit.
Monkeys, among other animals, to achieve all of this. So now on top of all of the previous mentioned abuse, now you also have overworking them, and you're raking in millions of dollars while doing it. And Animal HD is at the head of one of these 2 networks, which I noticed after having watched countless of their short 3 to 4 minute videos. But then I started looking at their more recent 1 hour plus videos. They upload every few days. And luckily I don't need to go into these 1 hour plus videos themselves, because they're the same as the shorter ones, except worse, because now the visible abuse spans over more than an hour at a time.
Is this legal, like in the States and stuff, to conduct such things to animals, or are they filming this in other countries?
So because of having watched so much of their content, I guess YouTube thought I was raving over this monkey getting exploited and treated like absolute shit, and so they started to recommend me some other channels. A whole lot of other channels. And I found out which networks they belong to. Now I could make this long drawn out sequence of how I cross-referenced all of these channels I found, checked every publicly linked email, every business reference in the description, and then used LinkedIn to track possible linked organizations, every tag used on their videos, the similar look of both the video environments and animals. But I don't want to, because fuck these channels. I just want to show who they're allegedly tied. Allegedly. These channels all allegedly belong to Animal HD, which
Oh
I
my
did
God.
try to reach out to get more information, but sadly they never responded. And these channels all allegedly belong to the Kudo network, which is part of Future Media, a Vietnamese media company, and as you can see on their webpage, they feature most of these channels on there. And I don't know if this is just a translation error from Vietnamese to English, but I find it insane that their About Us page literally states, "Our products mainly exploit content on YouTube." They're not hiding anything. I can't imagine the horrific torture every single one of these animals had to go through to even be able to obediently work tens of hours a week. And then also see them get abused for every daily upload? Well, that shit just makes me fucking angry. YouTube, please do something about this, because right now, I'm almost ashamed of the fact that I work for you. Anyway, fuck every single one of these channels. I hope the people that are knowingly abusing these animals never find happiness in life. If I could, I'd lock them up for the rest of their pitiful lives. But if I were YouTube, I'd give them $1 million. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'd give them $5 million. I noticed that I am pretty worked up right now, and, you know, I gotta continue this video. So, to calm down, I've heard that the best way is to watch cute kitten videos. So let's check out this one.
Okay.
Huh.
It is cute.
Okay. Yeah. Biting the cat's ear again.
Oh, she's biting the cat. I thought she was kissing
Okay, I
it.
think you're actually hurting the kitten.
Wait, she's biting the cat's ear? She's not kissing it? Give it some real food? What the yeah, I know. Just wouldn't it isn't it the same appeal to just feed that monkey bananas or like oranges or fruits?
Again? Is this all you upload, you biting the ear of your kitten? They're clearly in pain. How many videos of this do you have? Jesus Christ.
What?
I guess this is level 4, secret cute animal abuse. Yeah, so while on levels 2 and 3, most teenagers and adults would notice how cruel the content is just from a single video. On level 4, the abuse seems to go unnoticed. with barely any dislikes. And maybe it's because these creators mainly upload YouTube shorts, so you might have like one of them pop up in your feed every few weeks, instead of watching one Animal HT video and have YouTube instantly think that you're some sociopath who now wants to watch nothing else. I mean, with such little exposure, I can't blame people that a 10-second short where a silly lady nibbles the ear of a kitten might seem cute. But if you go to this channel called Meow and Sunny and scroll through all of their 355 shorts, statistically 80% is not her softly nibbling the kitten's ear, but painfully biting it. But once you notice that, you also realize just how uncomfortable the kitten gets with every single upload. And 206 more shorts if you count her second channel, the Old Man 442. But once the bubble is burst, do you see just how miserable this cute and innocent kitten is? This looks like a well-nurtured and joyful kitten. This, however, looks like my parents when they first found out that their son is now a full-time YouTuber. I'm pretty sure it's like a literal form of torture. And I don't think content like that is acceptable. Neither is this guy who uploads cute rabbit videos where every few days he'll upload one of, I don't know, him breaking off overgrown rabbit teeth with pliers.
No! Stop.
Or him luring rabbits into a scary trap for views.
No!
I want to state that I don't think that level 4 is necessarily worse than 2 and 3. They're all awful in their own way. The reason that one is lower than the other in the iceberg is because level 4 is more obscure and because it seems as if very few people actually notice the abuse here, although I think everyone would notice it in level 5. The X/Instagram gutter. This level is so foul, so horrific and disgusting that I'm literally not allowed nor want to show you any footage of it. This will also be the only time that I call a Twitter X, just because it has unsurprisingly gotten way worse after Elon took over. This is mostly very graphic content that just isn't allowed.
Yeah, I mean, Twitter used to have a reporting system and they got rid of that whole team. It's all automated now, so you literally can't remove any post from social media anymore unless somebody explicitly makes a like I'm unaliving in Minecraft joke or reference.
Some might know what I'm talking about just by me saying the word Blender. If you do, then I'm sorry that you had to witness that. I really don't want to go deeper into this. The only reason that I bring up this level is 1, to finish the iceberg, and 2, to prove a point just how disturbing it is.
Wait. They put animals in blenders? Oh god. The high heel animal abuse stuff, I think I've seen like a slide footage of that when I was young, and it just, I still remember it to this day. It shook me. And you know what? There is a study that they've made where it's much more likely for people that abuse animals to abuse other humans as well. There's like a correlation there. And it's usually for a personality type that likes to take advantage of weaker creatures than you. It's like a crime of opportunity. So be absolutely mindful and wary if you ever meet somebody or somebody that mistreats animal, you know how they are to human. It's a huge red flag. It's the biggest red flag. That for animal abuse to be banned on YouTube, your content has to be at least the animal equivalent of a Saw movie. That's a social media animal abuse iceberg. I know I kind of forgot to write jokes for this video. Wait, so the iceberg, does it start from mild to worst? I felt like the girl biting the cat's ear, or like nibbling on a cat ear, should have been higher than the people forcing the monkey and the hamster to go through Squid Game and shit. But I just didn't feel comfortable adding too many silly skits and comedy in a video about a topic as serious as animal abuse. So instead of giving you the occasional badly timed joke throughout this video, I will give you the satisfying opportunity of reporting every channel I talked about in this video from level 2 and on. I'll put all of the links in a Google Doc and share it in the description. Team YouTube, if any one of you are watching,
I literally did the investigative work for you. You can check out all of the channels for yourself and simply press the ban button. The reason that I'm not including any channels from level 1 is because I feel like most of them still care about animals and have the possibility to change, but are currently just misguided by clout and views. While every channel from level 2 and onwards are just irredeemable pieces of trash that should never be allowed to make content again. Also, if you know,
I mean, I've seen some like TikToks where the people were, I think they specialize in animal rescue, especially for exotic animals, and one of them has like a monkey, and it's really cute. They rescued the monkey and now he just like lives with them. They feed him fruits and stuff. The videos are really normal. The video that we're watching right now, yeah, they're all in my React submission. I'll link it in... Oh, I gotta link it in both chats.
If any other channel or creator committing animal abuse that I missed, definitely leave them in the comments below so I can then retroactively add them to the report list. This is probably also the only video ever where I will not do my outro again. Feels weird to do on a video about animal abuse. But if you did enjoy this video or
wait, a lot of the rescue videos are staged. One of them was poorly edited and it showed them putting a puppy's head in some foam and then threw the dog in a mud pit so they could then rescue it. Dude, that is so messed up. But yeah, you guys should join the Discord server. We have a great community there if you're not in there already. That is so messed up. That video made me angry. That was a really good video.